Hi, DF team. Do you think GTA 6 is at risk of becoming the most overhyped game ever? After more than a decade of anticipation, have expectations reached a point where it's almost impossible for any game, even one as technically impressive as Rockstar's, to fully meet the hype? Games like No Man's Sky, Watch Dogs, Anthem, and Starfield all come to mind as somewhat recent examples of games over-promising but then falling short. I'll go to you on for this one first, Oliver.
I think it's a bit of a different situation just because GTA 6 is working within such established confines. Like all the games that you mentioned there, like No Man's Sky, Watchdog, Anthem, and Starfield, they were all based on really big and innovative game concepts, and GTA 6 is not really doing that. It's iterating on an established Rockstar formula, iterating on established Rockstar technology that we've seen work really well before. I think what it runs the risk of is just not meeting expectations in a way that's not quite as exciting as like No Man's Sky crashing and burning on release, right? It'll be a case of people making the same kind of complaints they make about other Rockstar titles, that they're too easy, that they have very simple like lock-on combat. They have very simple mission design, like GTA 5 had fairly simple mission design. Red Dead Redemption 2 was not hugely advanced over GTA 5 either, in my opinion. And then 30 FPS performance, possibly that players won't be too pleased with either. Potentially, we don't know the details there, but possibly it'll be a 30 FPS friendly title. But I think the risk that it fails to execute on like the basics of what make a Rockstar game good, I think that risk is very low. So I think it's a different kind of situation than it would be for the other titles.
What do you think, John?
Same basically as Oliver. I do think this is a pretty established series. They know what people like. They've done it before. I would say it's probably going to be well received regardless. You know, Red Dead Redemption 2 hit it out of the park. GTA 5 as well, still popular. Only 4, I would say, had some backlash, and that was the time when they were trying some new things, right? Trying to figure out where to go with the series, evolve the gameplay, and do different stuff. And maybe that didn't hit with everyone at the time, but I do think that this is probably going to live up to expectations. Maybe not every expectation. There probably will be some disappointed people, but by and large, I expect it will be a huge hit.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? We've seen 2 trailers and we've seen a bunch of screenshots. We haven't seen much more. The trailers have been mouth-watering from a technical perspective, but ultimately there has been no disclosure about what this game is actually going to be when you actually play it, right? So there's still sort of an element of uncertainty. At the same time, these guys have just delivered. You know, that's what they do. And the amount of money they've got to do it, you know, it's kind of like almost a moonshot. You know, it's well, exactly what we said about Red Dead Redemption 2. What happens when you have a publisher that's got basically infinite amounts of money to make a game? And the answer is usually something quite special. And the trailers do suggest like fantastic things from a technical perspective. But from there, you're kind of like projecting about how all of this stuff is actually going to manifest in game. I think that was part of some of Alex's frustrations with the trailers, you know, especially when there was talk of gameplay in there, when, you know, we still haven't seen what GTA 6 looks like. You know, what happens beyond that first cinematic? What are you actually doing? How does it present? We don't know any of this, really. I think there's a lot of uncertainty about that right now. But I think, you know, the track record is there. The technology is there. The money is there. The development the development time and the delays they've had, you know, they do seem to be aiming to make the very best product they can possibly do. So it could be the most overhyped game ever. We're just not going to know until it's out, until we've seen it. I think fundamentally, I'm really interested to see what happens over the next few months in how they're going to market this, because fundamentally, they don't really need to do anything. I'm really going to be interested to see what they come up with. Okay, but yes, I agree with you guys that you can't really compare it to No Man's Sky or Watch Dogs, Anthem, and Starfield, because, you know, it's a very different scenario there.